The importance also, I think, in teaching and in schools now is the importance of having the teacher-student relationship. Having that one-on-one ability to teach a kid that maybe has a different sort of learning style than the other one. So what is the importance of having that sort of relationship in schools instead of just having one program that teaches everyone?
Well, I'm a strong believer in making sure we're meeting individual student needs. And you'll see that upcoming even when I talk about assessments, even the statewide assessment. I want assessments where we are knowing where each student performs and how they grow. I'm all about making sure that we're having those relationships that are built, because that's what entices kids to get excited about learning. Coming to school and learning different things should be engaging. So I always encourage instruction that does that with students. When students walk into classrooms and they're engaged in their learning and they actually have a role in what it is that they're getting into and making decisions on what topics they might want to study. Those are building relationships with the educators. And I consider the teachers to really be facilitators of learning. They are facilitating the learning that's happening for the child and having regular conferences with the child. I'm a teacher who never had a parent-teacher conference without the student. The student was always there, and because we're talking about their learning. So what is it that they need to know and be able to do, and how can we help them do that?
An all-in-one good experience.
It sure is.
I agree with that. And kind of with all the challenges teaching has, especially for young teachers, why would you still encourage people to take up teaching as a profession? I know there is some challenges now, and there has been in the past too, kind of getting started and as a young teacher, but why is that a profession that if you're going to try it, you should really go for it?
So, there's a great many people out there that actually like to work with children. And so if that is your passion and you want to do that, oh my gosh, get into the field of education. I will admit we have work to do to be sure that we have affordable college, and a good paying compensation when you become a teacher. We have to make sure that we're aligning things so that you actually have a profession, and making sure that is doable for you. But I encourage all kids to get into that, and even in the STEM fields, I always tell kids who are going into other fields, get a minor in an education degree. Get a minor, because you never know when you're going to want to teach what you love. Right. So having that backup is a great thing to have also. So yeah, I encourage young people to get into the field. We're going to be doing quite a bit of positive press on that as part of the Blue Ribbon Commission that I formed. We have a great deal of work to do systemically to make sure that we're recruiting, having good pre-service, induction for the first couple of years, and career opportunities for our educators. And I couldn't be more excited to work on that work in my own profession. So I encourage young people to head into the field of education, because some great things are going to be happening.
And as you, starting as the field of education, when you started, you're like, this is really something, I'm glad I'm doing this as being a teacher?
Oh, you bet. I love being an educator. I actually never left the classroom. I went right from the classroom to the position as superintendent of public instruction. But I've always been involved in education policy. Just didn't really realize all that was preparing me for this job. But yeah, you get a sense that you love it, and you always are engaged in it. I say once a teacher, always a teacher. Those who have retired, they come back and they do things with kids, because it is a passion. So if you want to work with kids, get into our profession, and we're going to make it right for you.